To God be the glory, to God be the glory, and welcome. It's another day. I say thank you for this particular day. Thank you for the gift of life. To God be the glory. Today I want to share with you this story of Abraham. Abraham was told that he will be a father of nations, a father of nations. If you are a father of nations, you are a father of nations, which means you are capable of providing for the nations. To God be the glory. God called Abraham and told him, pick up your belongings and start your journey. I'm going to show you the land which I'm going to show you. To God be the glory. Abraham did not hesitate, but he left as God commanded. To God be the glory. How many among us that God is speaking to you, but you are too dumb, you are too stinky to listen to God? God who spoke to Abraham has never stopped talking. He is forever speaking to us. To God be the glory. Take your belongings, start your journey, and go to a land that I will show you. To God be the glory. It means that in this life, only God can give you direction. If you want to be protected, don't do your own things. Pray. Ask God to direct you. To God be the glory. And when Abraham left, he left as God commanded him to leave. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. He left. And the nations, God himself spoke to Abraham and told him, when I bless you, all the nations, if I say the nations, you know what I mean, and the nations will be blessed through you. How many people right now who are billionaires, who are trillionaires, who are multimillionaires, but they are just putting their money in banks? They can't help even a single cent. How many people out here who are going hungry, who don't have food, who are struggling, who don't have shelter? But there are so many rich people who have everything, who have all types of cars, all types of houses, and they cannot, multimillionaires, billionaires, even we have trillionaires, I think, but they cannot help anyone. To God be the glory. If God has given you a chance to, or has given you wealth, because he's the one who commands health to come on your side. If it's God that riches you are having right now, that wealth, God commands some things to come to you. Share. If you have less privileged people around you, as Abraham was commanded by God and told, the nations will be blessed through you. Let that one to be your portion. To God be the glory. If God has given you wealth, if God has blessed you, try to help those who are around you. Keeping millions, keeping billions in banks, and there are some people who are not, who don't have. It's unfair, and that wasn't the will of God. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. That wasn't God's will and purpose. God's will and purpose was, if God has lifted you, if God has blessed you, if God has enriched you, help others. Also enrich another person. Also help another person. To God be the glory. And when Abraham left, heading to the promised land where God wanted him to be. Abraham was blessed in all manner of wealth. He had heads of cattle, he had sheep, he had goats, he had donkeys, he had everything I can mention. He had everything you can mention. All the wealth of this world. To God be the glory. What is your take? If God has blessed you, it means you have to bless others. Don't be mean. And that was a command from the Lord. I've given an example to be Abraham, because Abraham is our forefather and he's a very good example for the life today and for the people to see what you can do with your blessings. To God be the glory. Go and I will show you. Start your journey and will show you where I will show you, and the nations will be blessed through you. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Don't enjoy alone. Help somebody out there if God has blessed you, because it's God's will and purpose to help others. To God be the glory, and see you on my next video. Thank you.